Hello Drive Radio fans, Richard Rush here today with my dad, John Rush behind the camera. This is the long review of the 2016 Acura ILX, and this has the Tech Plus package, which is a few other things. That's just kind of what the name on the Monroney says, but this is a very redesigned vehicle. Not a whole lot has changed. They've redone the front and rear, added a few features on the inside, added some safety features, which we'll get to in a second, but really like the look of this car. Some of you are going to say, man, Acura, that's just a souped up Honda. Well, it's a lot more. One thing I will say about Acura and Honda, they're going to run a long, long time. And that's what this car really is designed to do. So with that, let's take a quick look around this car. Going to describe some of the features. Again, for 2016, redesigned the front end a little bit. They've added LED headlights, which look really, really good at night. Spectacular, in fact, really light up the road well. I love the front end. It gives it a nice, aggressive, sporty look to this vehicle. Miles per gallon, this car is actually rated for about 29 miles per gallon. And actually, I'm going to give you the exact specs on that. It's rated for 25 and 36, so a 29 average. We've actually been able to average close to 25 miles per gallon. This now has standard the 2.4 liter engine that was optional before with an 8-speed automatic, which helps you attain some of those things, gives it a little bit more horsepower, a little bit more torque. Some reviews you're going to read out there are going to comment about the torque, about the power of this vehicle. What I will say, real quick of an opinion, it's a little bit underpowered for our altitude. And now if you're down at sea level, a little bit more oxygen available for the engine, you might not have that issue. Just something that we have noticed up here. Again, we're a mile above sea level. Something that you might want to take note of here. That we'll get to the trunk here in just a second. Overall, one of our favorite things about Acura, especially, is for the value, which this car as it sits with, and I'm going to make sure I quote it right here. I actually have the Monroney in front of me. It comes with the premium package, the tech package, and the Acura Watch Plus package, which has some safety features such as adaptive cruise, collision mitigation braking, road departure mitigation, forward collision warning, lane keeping assist, lane departure warning, and a color meter display. And all that's to say, this is, again, another car that we've had from Acura and Honda that will literally drive itself if you need to. It will go around a corner if you need it to. As you back up, it'll do that. Oh, and if you need it to brake in front of you, it will actually brake for you. It flashes at you, says brake, brake, brake. If you don't see it, not paying attention, whatever it is, distracted by something, you'll hear the car actually brake for you. So, as far as safety features go, and if you're worried about the safety for your family, maybe it's a spouse, whoever it is driving this, Acura has put the top of the line features on here for that. So with that being said, actually, let's take a quick drive. We'll kind of give you some of the interior features, come back, go through the trunk, more of the interior features, then we'll give you our opinion of the 2016 Acura ILX. All right, fans, we're here for the driving portion. So I'm going to walk through some of the interior features really, really quick before we actually get on the drive. This is what Acura and Honda have done. They've kind of done this dual split screen. This is larger on the premium and tech option, so this is a larger option for this year as far as this touch screen. I like to call this, not really what Acura says, this is almost your control screen. This is your information screen. So I know the lighting is hard to see, but for example, this gives you all of your capabilities. So if you hit navigation, it changes up here. Everything here you pretty much stays the same. This is kind of your audio control. If you're going to change anything on the map, this is your control knob. You also have some different options for menu, back, settings. If you want to learn more about this, the best way that I can say is go through this yourself. Go to the Acura dealer, try this out, because it did take some getting used to. The first several Hondas and Acuras that we've driven takes some getting used to. Once you do, it's actually fairly easy to use. One thing I would say that my wife did comment on in Acura Honda, if you're listening, is a physical tune knob. This doesn't bother her too much, but she would like to see that physical tune knob. It would be a very nice feature for you guys to add something very simple you might be able to add right up here. Something to keep in mind. Dual climate control, seat heaters right here. The steering wheel really quick, which I'm not sure if you can get that, has a lot of your controls. It has your controls for the, I guess, the center stack in between your speedometer and tachometer right here. The ability to change your adaptive cruise, which is part of the safety features. This main right here will actually turns on your lane keeping assist and some of those features. The ability to answer your phone, change the channel, and do the volume, all of that. So some very nice features. So real quick, as we like to take a drive. What? Okay. So real quick, before we get to take a drive, actually turn up the AC, it's pretty hot here in Colorado, so gonna turn this up. So we have it in reverse here, which actually does give you the ability to change the modes. Some of the lower packages aren't going to have the grid lines on here, something to keep in mind. So, since we do have some of the higher packages on here, it will. Again, you can see it when it's straight back, it goes to yellow. When it's turning, that's when it goes to orange. So really very, very easy to use. As we go in here to the drive, we're going to drive. Something that my dad did notice, I haven't noticed really quite a bit, is the road noise. I didn't really notice it too much. He did. Something to keep in mind that, again, you're going to have to get out and drive yourself. The sunroof is another feature that I really like on this car. It's actually a very nice sunroof. It does take away a little bit of the headroom in the front and back, which, again, I had a 6'4" friend. We actually have someone who works with me that is 6'4", and he had a hard time getting in. This had to kind of cock his head a little bit in order to get in and out comfortably. Actually was hitting it right here. So something to keep in mind on this vehicle. Other than that, driving impressions, it has a sporty enough drive. We mentioned beforehand that a little bit of an underwhelming engine power, but some of that is just you getting used to it. Once you get used to it, it was something you learn to live with and work around. So if that's not a huge deal for you, plus you want that added fuel economy, which again, we've been able to average about 35, 36, which is what it's rated for highway, with highway and city. Really good fuel economy, something that we were a fan of. As far as driving capabilities, a very sporty feel. I did not mind driving it at all. Really works well. Handling, really enjoyed that. Just honestly really a fan of it. So overall, Acura, we're very pleased with the driving capabilities. One last thing I will mention is if you do go to the sport mode, it has the capability of doing the sport shifting right here. So if maybe you want to keep those RPMs in a higher range, okay, just flip it to sport mode, you have your paddle shifters available there. So with that, let's actually head back, go through the trunk, the second row, the first row, and then we'll give you our opinion of the 2016 Acura ILX. All right, fans, we're back from the driving portion. As we always say, make it real quick. Get out, drive these cars yourself. One thing that I forgot to mention in the intro that I want to mention here real quick, which is the price tag. This is about $33,000 and some change with, again, I'm going to mention some of the packages that it has on here. The premium package, tech package, which includes a navigation system, 10-speaker surround sound, the Acura Watch Plus package, which is all the safety features that you could ever imagine, has leather seats. This is an entry-level luxury sedan with quite a bit of room in the back seat, an average amount of room in the trunk, which we'll get to here in a second, and a lot of features on the inside. So really did enjoy driving this car. But here, real quick, you can either press it from here, or I'm actually going to show you from the fob how much it opens. So the trunk, hold it, opens a little. One thing I will say is if you just barely pull up on this, it won't open all the way. I don't know if it's a con for me, but something that Acura, I'd like to see that if you lift it open a little bit, that it would take over for you. Even if you get to here, where you would expect it to go up, it's going to fall back down, actually close, which I had that happen a couple of times. So you've really actually got to push it up, make sure it stays. One thing they've done is, again, they've taken plastic, put it over the bracing so you don't have to see metal. They've made this, again, covered all this up. Some of these things that you don't get on some other vehicles, some other non-luxury vehicles that you get here. There's 12.3 cubic feet of cargo room here. One thing I will show here is this is for the rear seat. It's not a 60-40 split, so if you pull this, the whole rear seat will go down. And actually, I'll show you that real quick. So pull that, which releases the rear seat, and pull it. And so as you actually had, if you can see, I actually had a 6'4" passenger in the front seat. Won't go down all the way, but you know what, real quick, I'm going to hop over here and actually pull that down so you can see how much space you can actually get. So I'm moving it forward here real quick, and it should fall in just a second. So, and I'll pop my head here. So you can see, hey there. So you can see you're going to have to move these seats forward a little bit in order to get this to fold down, but this gives you the ability to put golf bags, luggage, whatever it is. Downside is you can't have any passengers, and I'll greet you on this other side. Downside is you can't have any passengers next to you or next to the cargo, where on some other vehicles where you have the split seat, you're able to do that. Close it, again, no automatic closing or anything like that, but actually, let's I think lighting's better on this side, so let's hop over here real quick. Gonna lift this up, and I'm gonna hop in. So this seat, we just moved it up. is actually fit for probably it's about the same as the driver's seat. So for about a 5'10" to 5'11" person. So you can see I still got, again, 2 inches of room here. I mean, if you had a 6'4" person in the front seat, there's not going to be a whole lot of room back here, but still plenty of room. Nice, again, leather apportionments right here on the door. You have some nice soft touch here. It is plastic right here, but some nice soft touch, again, leather material right here along the door handle. There are no vents back here, but you do have a center cup holder right here once you pull the center console down. Very nice feature. There is no center hump in the middle, which is really, really nice. Don't have to worry about that for a middle passenger. As you're getting out, ladies, some of you like to ask this question. Not too deep of a slope, so you're able to get out fairly easy. So with that, I'll actually meet you around on the other side and we'll go through the front seat. All right, fans, we're here for the front seat portion. Going to go over it. As I mentioned, as part of the premium package, you get leather sport seats right here. They are heated. They're not ventilated or cooled, but they are heated, which is nice, especially here in Colorado. We've had some cooler mornings here. Really a nice feature. Very comfortable seats. You can see the again, the nice soft touch features on the outside there. The nice, again, kind of brushed chrome look here that they've put on it. It's a plastic piece, but it looks like, again, that nice silver touch. There's no soft touch up here, but something you'll have to keep in mind. There's a lot of steering wheel controls here, which we went through in the driving portion. Kind of overwhelms you if you're not used to it, but they're placed in a very friendly manner, so that way you can get used to it. You do have your lane departure warning over here, as well as ability to adjust that with the steering wheel. You do have the push button start right there. You dual climate controls, a sport mode. You have the 2 touch screens, which actually we're getting a little bit more accustomed to. Acura and Honda have a very easy setup. I like to call this your information screen, this your control screen. Overall, really do like the ability. The center console here is not too big, but it's also not terribly small either, enough to fit a few small items in there as necessary. The cup holders work really, really well. Again, there's some more storage up here that you're able to use, as well as actually fairly deep. I can fit my entire hand in there, which is really nice. So with that, not a whole lot else to say, so I'm actually going to hop out and give you my opinion of the 2016 Acura ILX. All right, everyone, here's our opinion of the 2016 Acura ILX. What do we think? For the price, which is about $33,900 for this vehicle as equipped with several different packages, several different options on it, extremely hard to beat. Does it have an extremely fast engine like some of its competitors to where you're going to get up and go and just zoom around town? No. But you're also going to be able to average about 36, 37 miles per gallon on the highway, which is incredible. For this price point, again, you're getting an entry-level luxury sedan, and it actually starts at $27,900. So for between $27,000 and about $34,000, you're going to be able to get a luxury sedan with a lot of features on the inside of it, a good amount of trunk space, a good amount of rear, I guess, passenger rear compartment space, so that you can fit 4 full-size adults inside this car. Again, for $34,000, $35,000, which really, really is hard to beat. Would I like to see a few more things as far as the trunk goes, maybe coming up all the way? Yes, but again, keep in mind what you're paying for. And I know some people will say, oh, well, it doesn't have this, it doesn't feel as sporty as this, and oh, it lacks some of these features. Keep in mind the price point. $33,000 and some change for a full luxury sedan that, let me tell you, I got several looks driving around for this car, and I got several compliments of, oh wow, this car is only priced at $33,000. You're not going to find that with a lot of other vehicles. Something to keep in mind. So if you want to learn more about this car, head to your local Acura dealer. Tell them that John and Richard Russ from Drive Radio sent you. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to our latest video. We really appreciate you listening and watching, and we really do appreciate all the comments that you do have. If you'd like to learn more information, not only about this review, but our other car reviews that we've done, head to our website, www.drive-radio.com. Also head to our Facebook page, facebook.com/driveradio. And last but not least, where you can watch all of these other reviews, head to youtube.com/driveradio. All one word, or in the YouTube search bar, Drive Radio. We have a lot of other content on there, and we look forward to you heading there. Again, checking us out, leaving your comments, and if you're interested in any of these cars, head to your local dealer and tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. Thanks, and have a great day, night, and just enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much.